Throw Gang, we are joined by the Auto Overlord, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the Big Pant Big Dog, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys with today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfits. Otto Von Fitzmark, baby.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
That would have been better.
Fuck. Okay, well.
Magic with the Fitz Houdini.
Yep. Lauren's just discovered TikTok.
Yo, when shit finally hits IG, I can tap in.
When it goes viral on TikTok and then a week later gets summarized on a mood board, you better best believe that Lawrence will be referencing it on the only podcast that matters.
Thank you, Mr. Trotman, for keeping me in the loop.
Before we get into the new Phoebe Philo.
Ooh, so much head I woke up in Sleepy Hollow.
The return of Tunnel Fit trash.
Ugh.
And getting in the way of a Taylor Swift clothing poll.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, why are these guys so mad at us?
There's good reason.
Yeah, let's get into a fit check.
Okay, why don't you start us off, Jimbo?
All right, upstairs, I was wearing the fat, obese, chonky Oakley Chops on Mules from the factory, or I guess factory project? Oakley
Factory Project
Oakley
team?
Factory Project. Shout out Aaliyah and shout out Kyle for doing literal big tings on the big dogs.
When you add a heel, the shoe somehow gets even bigger.
I know, it's great.
They're sick. That colorway is fire.
Yeah. I feel like you and I are both into really ugly. We've kind of gone full circle on the Fila. What was
Disruptor?
that? Oh my god, bro! Yeah, just like really ugly sneakers. I think we're both wearing today.
I think
in a good way.
We're
both into really ugly shit right now.
The Oakley Factory Project team and Asics and Kiko owe a lot to the Disruptor. It seems like the OG.
The Disruptor disrupted so these guys could profit.
I still see him like on the train, and I laugh every time.
You see him outside in New York a lot too.
Yeah,
that and Disruptors and Yeezys.
Because we're in the bubble. Woo!
Lefty,
Nailed it, dude.
lefty too.
We're living it. We live in a fucking bubble, dude.
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
The Java bubble. Manresa socks.
Shout
Love
out
dusty,
fucking Mike.
Dusty pale green. Then the big fucking Raver pants from, I believe the company's called Anglar. It's a Korean brand, and I picked them up from this thing of ours. The fucking chavs up, or I don't know if the chavs, sorry. I know that term has certain connotations, but I didn't realize.
Yeah. Quite classist, apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Shout out to Chavler Bings of the world. And
no, dude.
Chavra, or Charva.
R.I.P. you dead bitch. Shout out Matt Perry.
Yeah, for real. Shout out the blokes.
The Matt Man.
The blokes up in Manny. I hope you guys got some shit from our private sale of theirs that we did with them.
From this private sale of ours?
Yeah, this private sale of ours.
According to the boys up in Manny, it was moving.
Yeah.
That brand list, because like I'm literally copying, pasting for like the Instagram promo. I'm like, none of these brands sound even remotely real, which is how you know it's good.
I do think that this thing of ours is low key a secret weapon when you wanted to, of like brand discoverability,
100%.
where they're doing a great job of like stocking. Like I got Mizuno wave runners from there, which are like kind of hard to find in the U.S.
Mizuno made a jet ski?
Yeah. And also a bunch of other like very fire Korean brands, not to mention just like all, local fucking chaps and a lot of good futuristic shit.
They're a vessel through which to discover the craziest, rarest Asian corp. Like, you don't need to be boots on the ground, no pun intended, in fucking, Shanghai. You can just go right to thisthingofours.com. .co.uk and just fucking peep that brand list. That shit, again, like I said, following them on IG is free. You don't need to, there's no minimum spend.
Yeah. It was really hard to read the brand list when you just copy and pasted the whole thing into one column.
I know, it was too robust. And then when you do a video, because like when you do it to Instagram stories, because we don't do a ton of like video content outside of like just like the intros on stories. I'm like, oh, Instagram really fucks with the fidelity, and I'm like, you can't even read any of this.
Yeah, should have done two columns.
Anyway,
I know you're busy. Where were you? Upstate. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Oh, we will.
So wearing the big pants from Anglar. Shout out the big dogs at this thing of ours. Salem Tea. Yo, you know what's crazy? So like,
what?
The current comment section that I'm ignoring is our TikTok, because it's just like people that don't know the show at all.
Right.
And they're just like, get 30 seconds of just like whatever the fuck was posted there. And the number one comment that Raul Lopez got, besides, oh my God, this is the best introduction I've ever heard, was, why is this motherfucker wearing a Salem hat? Homophobic insinuations aside, I guess like Salem is fucking popping with the Zoomers, and they're like, why is this gay Dominican Brooklyn guy wearing a Salem hat? And it's like, bro, this guy's boys with Jack, like literally homies with Jack Donahue.
The Gen Z thing has to be via when Lana Del Rey and Jack were smashing, right? That's got to be.
Were smashing?
Still?
Are smashing?
Are smashing? I don't know.
Is smashing?
I don't keep up with Lana Del Rey's dating life. She's not Taylor Swift, so I'm not tapped in.
Yeah, Salem tee from, I don't know, a minute ago before they did all the camo shit. And then throwing fits, flannel, work shirt.
Shadow plaid.
Every time we make something, whatever the most recent thing is just what I end up wearing the most, but this is truly special. But I got a pinky, some rich bitch from Aspen, and maiden name, and Hanes boxers, sipping on that DP that I fucking splashed down over there.
Dunked it, dude.
Greenpoint's finest.
The NBA is back.
And the Sunnies were Veda and Leon Bridges.
There he is. Right. Speaking of ugly sneakers, I wore the Otto 958X A6 Gel Flexies, which is actually the name of the shoe, and is not me deliberately trying to sound like a moron.
They really are the flex skis.
Flex skis.
The flex skis.
I actually kind of fucked it up.
Flex ski.
In the gunmetal colorway, maybe at the buzzer, a potential Critics' Choice Award nominee for me personally, sneaker of the year.
Yeah, you always want to be a fucking little dime square trustafarian poet, and I feel like again, like, a few weeks late, but you always inch closer and closer. You just claw for that clout.
Well,
baby.
they sold out. Shout out to fucking Plug Ryan for sending. You got the green, I got the gunmetal. In terms of like my preferences when it comes to being a poser, this shoe checks both soccer and skateboarding, kind of, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think also just like dime square denizens.
Yeah, for sure. Right. All right, moving on up, I have on Uniqlo socks. I am wearing Stussy leather work pants. I have
Those are good.
I bought them, bro. I fucking spent my hard-earned Skrilla to get some.
How much?
Buttery. They're $385 before shipping.
Not bad for leather.
There was like not a matching, but like a similar vest, which you could peep on my Zood. But they're great, dude. I love them. And the fit is really fucking good. And what's awesome about Stussy is to me, it's vanity size. So like I'm buying like a 32 because like the 32 really is like not a 32. So shout out to fucking Stussy. Love these. Great deal. Don't know if they're still available. Peep the site. Metalwood, Western Belt. I have a Supreme Hanes Real Tree tee.
Damn, what a streetwear today.
Tucked in. White 316 rodeo hat, rolly on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky, Greenpoint's finest in the hydro flask, and I got Hill City on the cock and balls. Oh, and I wore a Cheapy Barber.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In celebration of the Cinquanta.
The new CP barber looks really good too.
Dude, I've been leaving so many comments hoping that someone at CP will see and send me the new red one.
Fucking obviously, yeah.
Isn't that obvious?
Yeah,
I'm running out of fire and gas emojis, guys.
So the one spot on your phone is like where the goat emoji is just like worn through with just you tapping on that on everyone's fucking IG, or the black heart now I guess is your thing.
There's nothing I love more than a high-end-ish barber collab, and CP does not fucking miss, dude.
Yeah. Shout out us for doing that tube video.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that.
No.
The YouTube comments are not favorable.
Oh, really?
I would apply your TikTok strategy to YouTube comments as well. Yeah.
Done.
But honestly, I got a lot of great feedback. I think that I think a lot of people wrote a funny script. I don't know, whatever, dude.
I think a lot of people thought that it was a Throwing Fits collaboration, and I was like, I'm just gonna let them think that. Like,
we came up, we were in the laboratory designing the tube fabric.
Yeah. You know, it'd be fire if we took some bike tires and made them into jackets.
We are simply talent, and we love to tap in with the Goggle Gods, our friends in Milano.
Voice acting very much available.
Yeah, you can buy our talents.
You can buy our dulcet tones. Mm-hmm. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast.
Yeah.
This will be a fun one. There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir. Let's get it
we've
going.
just had a week worth of our shared notes app constantly being updated. But a holdover from last week that unfortunately we didn't get to was you had like a funny ass, I don't know, just cultural exchange with your with Papa Schloss.
My dad's cultural literacy is to me very funny, and this
illiteracy. He's like you with books, but with culture.
I mean more like the kind of zeitgeist stuff that we talk about on the show. He is the smartest guy I know who has a wide array of knowledge. But one thing he's not really cued in on is rappers.
Hip hop.
So I saw my dad on my brother's birthday and, just making small talk, catching up. And he goes, have you been watching any late night TV? And I'm like,
late night TV's so back,
I'm
son.
like, no, not at all. I hate that shit. And he's like, yeah, I've been watching a lot of Kimmel, and I'm like, you like Kimmel? He's like, well, I like that he's like lowbrow. And I'm like, okay, sure, I agree.
Which one's Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel, ABC.
I always confuse Fallon and Kimmel. The fat one.
Yeah, but he's not fat
the-
anymore.
not the
he used
abusive
to host the Man Show.
Not the abusive alcoholic
No.
that we know of.
And I go, so like, yeah, what's been happening on Kimmel? And he's like, yo, I saw. What didn't he say, yo? But he's like, I was watching, and he had on Snoop Dogg, and I was like,
Snoop Dogg.
yeah. I'm like, well, what about him? He's like, did you know that he smokes marijuana? And I'm like, what? I'm like, his literally his like, and he says that completely sincere and earnestly, and I'm like, his whole thing is that he smokes weed. And I was like, I'm like, I know, like, you don't expect your dad to like have listened to Doggy Style,
right?
At least the dad of my dad's age. But I'm like,
son, turns out he is I and I am him. Slim with the tilted grin. What's my motherfucking name?
Yeah, exactly. And I was
Bruce Schlossman. Bruce, right? That's your dad's name?
Bill.
My bad.
Bruce.
Bill. I don't know.
Anyway, to me that was very funny that my dad just learned. And also, how old is Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg is like my dad's age.
That old. I mean, he was like 20 in like 93. And
it was funny that I thought the follow-up there was going to be like, I'm actually like not a fan of this guy because, you know, my dad famously is a big narc and marijuana. I don't think my dad has...
Did he call it marijuana?
I wonder how many times my dad has smoked weed. Yes, he said literally said marijuana. I bet you my dad has smoked weed. Like if you said over under one time, I think it's a push. I think he's probably smoked weed once and probably had like a panic attack when he was like a college freshman.
And then joined the army.
No, he was not in the army. That was my grandfather who was in the Navy in World War II, the Lawrence OG, who I'm named after. But that was like, what? I'm like, yeah, dude, that's his whole thing. But he was a fan. He was like very charming, good banter.
Your grandfather was in the Navy in the 40s, 50s?
In the Navy. Well, I mean,
that's what I'm getting at.
He served in World War II.
Oh.
I think he was definitely, from what I understand, I never met him. He passed away when my father was 18. Very sad. But from all I understand, a man's man who fought for this country. Why am I talking like
in the Navy? In the Navy, though.
In the Navy.
You know what the implications there are, right?
That he would be a huge fucking flamer. I don't know. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, what can I say here? God, I backed myself into a slur corner.
Is he the one?
A slur spiral.
Was he married to
Michael? Yes.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Grandpa Lawrence and Grandma Michael. Now I understand that if you just take that surface level, if you have no information about my personal life, a la my apparent friend and coworker. But he was.
So your grandfather was in the Navy and was married to a woman named Michael. All right. Anyway,
and
his grandson likes clothes. Do you see what I'm getting in here?
I wonder if there's like another. If it wasn't Snoop Dogg and it was like who's another funny ass? Like who's the funniest rapper? Cameron.
Cameron's good. But it's funny that
what
rapper isn't. Weed isn't their thing. I don't know. I
sure.
see,
yeah, but like their whole Snoop Dogg's whole Wiz Khalifa is the same, I guess. But
yeah.
My dad's like, have you heard of Taylor Gang?
I saw a funny ass clip today of Snoop Dogg who, I think he might be fucking out. I mean, he's on a talk show because he's mad funny, right?
He had his own talk show for a while.
Yeah. He was doing a clip where he's like, one of the fucking, I don't know, Rosenberg, whatever he's
Peter
on, Hot 97,
Rosenberg?
Power 105, whatever. He was like, talking about a time where
DJ Envy.
No, he was talking about a time where Michael Jackson called him.
Okay.
And he did the most fire Michael Jackson impression. He was like, oh, hey, Snoop. He's like, what it do, cuh?
What up, cuh?
And then I can't do the voices, but then it was I don't know.
What was he like, what was Mike Jack calling about?
Well, first off, he opened the call with like, my mom says that we're the spitting image of each other and you could be my brother. And
before all of the skin bleaching and work?
Before all that, I guess. Which I don't know if that's true. Maybe.
What do you mean?
That they look like each other.
Oh, no, not at all. But I think maybe that was the joke. Was Mike Jack making a joke? I don't like saying Mike Jack.
But then they wanted to do some music together. And then he was saying that Christian Audigier of Ed Hardy had a party where he enlisted both Snoop and Michael Jackson, MJ, to perform at, and they were like their tros next to each other, and Snoop is just like smoking with his boys, and like a curtain pulls down, and Michael Jackson pops up and goes, "Hey, Snoop," and he's like, "What up, cuz? You want a hit? You want to smoke on something?" He's like, "No, thank you. I'm okay. How are you doing?" And then I don't know. It was just Snoop Dogg.
Michael Jackson, big pill guy.
Yes.
That was his thing.
And I guess IV drips with the Fent, but
you already fucking know.
No, I think Snoop is. I mean, that's why your dad must know him, right? Because he's like funny enough to be in mainstream culture. He had a fucking talk show with Martha Stewart.
Yeah, well, that's like his bestie, right? My aunt chimed in and was like, she knew Michael Jackson. She knew Snoop Dogg via the friendship with Martha Stewart. My aunt that's my dad's older sister, so she's even like, but I think she's more culturally tuned in. She sends really great links.
Yes.
No, links.
Memes?
Really,
Any memes?
No, just more like links to articles that have to do with. I'm sure I'll get like a Phoebe Philo fucking link later today.
She's like, oh, you like fashion, right?
Yeah. Who are some other funny?
You take after your grandfather. You like fashion.
I'm thinking of. I don't know if he was necessarily known as a dapper guy. Ironically enough, my Grandma Michael, minks out the ass, dude, like Killer Cam himself.
Drip.
Yeah.
Did she wear suits?
Did she wear suits? Yeah, she definitely had. She had some suits for show. I know what you're trying to do here, but I'm answering honestly.
I'm not saying. I don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
Because what I'm trying to get at is just like so clearly right in front of us.
All right, I'm trying to think of
Your gay grandparents.
Trying to think of who is my like low key deep cut for funniest rapper. I think Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs is. I mean, he's just too funny for his own good.
You can't be banned from Instagram that many times if you're not hilarious.
Yeah.
So shout out Big Rabbit.
Busta Rhymes used to be funny. Now she's just like a weird.
Speaking of fucking,
I guess Tyler's
Tyler's very funny. Yay, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Well, Ye is more about, I mean, and my bitch in that new Phoebe Philo, So Much Head I Woke Up in Sleepy Hollow, that actually makes no sense because it's the headless horseman.
Right.
So it would be like you're saying you get so much head, you're in Sleepy Hollow. It makes no sense, but it's hilarious.
I don't know. Cycle of head. I had a not funny experience early last week where, so I've been seeing this personal trainer.
Right.
And I go up to him, or we link up 9 a.m. in the park, and I'm ready to fucking put in work. And he's like, how's your body feeling? And I'm like, yo, this one thing, and this is kind of scary. I was like, there's this like shooting pain on the inside of my inner hip that I'm actually, like I wouldn't mention it, but I'm feeling it in my nut. And so that's scary. I was like, is that a hernia?
Wait, when you bust?
No, just all the time. Or like when I move my leg a certain way, there's like a shooting pain in my nut.
Yeah, that's
just my right nut, which is on the pain was on the right side of my crotch.
Okay.
I was like, is that a hernia?
You felt it in your right plum.
Yeah, down in my right plum. Is that a hernia? He's like, no, I think I know what it is. Get down on your back.
Bend over.
And I'm like, and this is at like a McCarran Park where there's like a track, and like every morning it's fucking full of people doing like workout classes, running around the track, soccer games, kids playing football, et cetera, et cetera.
Are you normally self-conscious when you're being trained there? Like if someone's going to recognize you or you see a friend?
No. Because it's like, but I was wearing old Failing Upwards merch, the highlighter pink long sleeve we did with Barstool with the yin yang.
Yeah, is that
just as FU?
Oh, right. That's speaking of Stussy, that was a Stussy rip that apparently did not go over well with the homies.
Oh, that's right. He did text me and said, "Yo, I see your highlighter ass from like a mile away."
Nice, dude. Okay.
So he's like a licensed massage therapist, so he's legit. And then, honestly, I was like, all right, this is gonna feel good, or I don't know, this is gonna be weird, but for 10 minutes, whatever. For the next hour, he is fucking grinding away in my dick area.
Nice, dude.
And I'm squealing like a little fucking piggy, and like hands over my face, like biting my knuckles, biting my awesome Failing Upward shirt. And I can feel people yelling, looking at me because I'm just like, ah. I sound like Michael Jackson.
You literally went full deliverance mode in the middle of McCarran Park. Squeal like a pig, boy.
This guy's like people's elbowing my fucking like 2 inches or like an inch from my cock, and like it is.
Did it work?
Yes, it is.
Did you get hard?
No, it was so painful, and like I literally had bruising in my like crotch, like in the V, like where your dick meet, or your mons pubis covering meets your leg, like where your cum gutter, I guess, like goes to. Yeah. It was like bruised up.
So you're saying that your extremely jacked personal trainer tenderized your dick meat?
He fucked me up. It was the psoas muscle, which if you're interested, connects from your lower back, comes around your hip, and goes attaches to like your leg bone up here.
Is the pain gone?
The pain is gone. My nut.
Then it worked.
I no longer had the shooting pain down my nut, which was again very scary.
Nice. My man can rope free of any type of pain.
Yeah. I'm like roping like Yellowstone. But I was like...
It seems like you might want to get that checked out if it's a yellow.
You know? My cum looks like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah,
no, not Kevin Bacon.
My man is not a team player.
My cum is looking like Kevin Costner. Harrison Ford. Anyway, that was
nice.
Fucking...
Squealing like a motherfucking pig.
But it wasn't as painful. Speaking of Michael Jackson, bro, there's a fucking Michael Jackson BAPE collab.
Yeah, we should have...
Forgot about that.
All right.
What the hell's going on?
I'll say this. Shout out Michael Jackson. I'm full separate the art from the artist. You're talking about one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT. But it has to be said, BAPE is so hysterically bad and continue, and everyone always
Post Nego.
And everyone, and I was gonna say, everyone is always like, well, yeah, obviously when Nego fucking sold it to whatever fucking holding group, it's gone downhill. But what's impressive to me is there's never been, at least as far as I am concerned, any type of bounce back, any type of like stunt hire to make it good again. Like it's just collabs with Kid Cudi or the estate of Michael Jackson.
Bored Ape Yacht Club.
That's right, dude. They did do,
and not like at the height of the NFT craze. Like
it was last
3 weeks ago.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, you know what I will say? I do like John BAPE.
But
Shout out fucking Justin.
with
Kills it every time.
With Bored Ape Yacht Club, it's like, yo, you're inventing just like a computer code fucking avatar NFT thing. You could have done this in a week, a year ago.
Well, you know how slow
Stop
brands
making actual product.
BAPE is a huge brand, and you know those. It's like turning a cruise ship, like we always say. I'm
Yes,
sure
Bored Ape
that
Yacht Club is too.
I'm sure it was like a no brainer. We have this extremely racist NFT, and we have this company that sells mainly to teenagers in China. This is synergy,
Dude, Milo the Ape doing the fucking Billie Jean lean, and then like
You mean Smooth Criminal?
Smooth Criminal. Sorry, Billie
You've
Jean's not
been
my
struck
lover.
by a shit collab.
I mostly thought that like the most obvious. Well, also who's profiting here?
The
Do you think
estate,
BAPE got
the
paid
estate
in,
of Michael Jackson?
Do you think BAPE got? Do you think they got paid in fucking Bored Ape in
No, they gave him real monkeys.
They didn't give him Yacht
real
Club?
pet monkeys.
what was the monkey's name?
What
was his monkey's
Mr. Bojangles or something?
Something like that.
Google it. But
Why didn't he fucking star in the? Why didn't he star in the lookbook?
He's probably dead, dude.
No, he's not.
No way that motherfucker is alive.
Yeah, Bubbles.
Bubble.
He turned 40 in April.
Wow, dude. He outlived Michael Jackson. God damn.
To be clear, 40-year-olds are probably the only ones that are still buying BAPE collabs at this point.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's fucking, throwing fucking Thriller up on the bitch. It's crazy. Like, I feel like you mentioned the Snoop Dogg story, which is just hilarious, and I'm sure a lot of celebs have iconic, amazing Michael Jackson stories since he was such a fucking awesome freaking weirdo. But like Offset, having the doing all the the Michael Jackson promo shit for his new record, and then he has the original Varsity that like BAPE, from Thriller, before he becomes a zombie, that BAPE freaked in their own way for that collab. But yeah, I just don't know who it's for, who's buying it, but who got paid is the estate of Michael Jackson, who is licensing the image and likeness of the king.
I guess what I meant was who was getting paid in the Bored Ape Yacht Club collab.
Oh,
like
wow.
who is trying to leech clout off or funds off the other there? Because like
the guys who own, Bored Ape Yacht Club is like a brand, right? I know like you can own an NFT, but it's like it's a company.
yeah.
Right?
But then like
it's a yacht club.
So BAPE paid the yachtsman to just fucking make an NFT for them.
Yeah, it seems like that's how that works, right? Like how you would pay any collaborator as if the Bored Ape Yacht Club is like the artist.
What
in
a
that.
sentence.
Yeah.
What else is like the Michael? Do you say Michael Jackson? Like besides putting out posthumous maybe music or like remastering stuff, like what couldn't they've done? I guess it is. You know what? It is still a bit of a dicey. Like who's actually trying to collaborate?
But I feel like he
Michael
was
Jackson at this point.
the whole documentary. Didn't like it come out that like all those motherfuckers were clout chasing and capping, and that like okay, like is Michael Jackson weird? Yeah, like I don't know if he fucking sucked anyone's dick or got his dick sucked for sure. Like the R. Kelly shit, everyone like okay, now you got to fucking you're at the party.
Can I just say real quick?
Yeah.
I was doing karaoke this weekend and. Towards the end of the night, someone threw on Ignition Remix.
Fire.
Shit still fucking
Oh,
bangs.
dude.
Also, the fits are. I was watching. I was like, "Yo, should I?"
because they're
Like,
playing the music video, right?
yeah, I was like, I was like, should I take screenshots and this should like be the reference photos for the next Throwing Fits lookbook shoot?
I was gonna say take pics and throw it on close friends. You got that list pretty fucking dialed at this point. I don't think anyone is gonna cancel you. But that's I think Michael Jackson is like totally fine. I feel like so many people have since been canceled. Like I feel like people are more concerned about like, can I buy a ticket to a Woody Allen film? Even though if you have that kind of voice, you absolutely are buying a ticket to a Woody Allen film. Versus like, can I bump the King of Pop in the crib? Like that's
when I
we're at a
Google
party. It's totally fun.
when I Google Michael Jackson collaborations, all that comes up are like duets with other people.
Don't cop till you get enough.
Nice.
I'll say I fucking love Michael Jackson.
No. Another celebrity that threw their hat into the clothing ring again, I guess, Kylie Jenner.
Oh right,
with her brand Kai.
Yeah,
how do you say it? KHY.
I guess I was like I just think of the Kai, Free My Man, locked up doing the stream.
So the photo that got posted was her in this like leather trench coat that is like has weirdly split or has like a zippers down the side so you can like stick your legs out, whatever.
Looked fire.
It looked fire.
She looked good, bro.
It's all fake leather and it's done in collaboration. I guess this is the model for the brand is every capsule or drop will be in collaboration with a different brand.
Well, yeah, someone's got to do the actual work here, right?
Right. So and then so they're I believe the brand is called Namelia.
It's a German brand, right?
Specialized in fake leather or like alternative leather, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And yeah, shit looks good. And shit is very, very affordably priced, which it's probably just, made in the same factories and at the same minimums as like Zara.
Sure.
And I'm sure the same amount of quality and cost cutting goes into these garments as they do for H&M and Zara and all them. So
I see this being a fucking smash.
It's gonna do crazy numbers.
You and I have been like calling out leather as the thing that's definitely happening with the boilies, as Quill would say. Obviously, I think leather and women that's been a fucking match made in heaven, at least in my mind, for forever. And it's like fake leather now is getting so good, like. There's so many brands I feel like, and I get advertised a lot of this shit on Instagram, but like all the alternative leathers,
Nanushka, I feel like is the front
Carb Studios, there. Even like these brands that are
Our Legacy. I have a fake leather shirt from Our Legacy. You have a fake leather shirt from Our Legacy. I have 2 pairs of fake leather pants from Our Legacy. Fake leather can smell a little weird. Yeah. So caveat there, and you're not going to get that.
Don't iron it.
You're not going to get that amazing leather smell that just only the smell of dead animals can bring you. But yeah, I feel like the fake leather technology has just grown in leaps and bounds.
I'm going to go really galaxy brain here. And as leather for men, says this is coming from the guy in leather pants, like becomes way more popular for other types of like pieces of clothing, not just jackets. Like now it's almost like the sicker thing is like the shiny, well done fake leather is like almost cooler, dare I say? And that's what all of this shit is. Obviously, this is for the girlies. Yeah. Kai, I believe, is not unisex. This is for girls.
Guess how much this faux leather trench is.
That's the hero piece, right?
Guess how much it is.
$450.
$198.
Holy shit! Listen, bro.
This is made by slave labor in like Qatar. Sure. This is definitely like this is not good. Yeah. And someone was like, "Yo, how many fucking?" It's all sold out, of course. I guess it is size inclusive, where it goes from double XS to 4X.
That's fire.
But somebody was like, yo, I mean, you and I obviously aren't as tapped into the women's market as girlies are.
It looks good to my dumb little pea brain.
It looks good to your dumb fucking cockhead, but it is like God gave man a brain and a penis and only enough blood to operate one at once.
Wow, dude.
Bars.
That's fucking, you're a genius, dude.
Don't sweat the petty stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Oh, I see. We were going pun mode there.
That's a Lisa Vanderpump original. But people are just like, yo, like, who needs this? Like, there's so many brands already doing this, including she's already been, accused of ripping off Betsy Johnson.
Who is a stylist who works for a lot of people in Kylie's orbit, like Kanye in the past.
Kanye, Cardi. She has her own brand called Products.
When this first happened, when people were like putting this on Twitter, I'm like, wait, Betsy Johnson, like the fucking goth fat girl mall brand is getting ripped off by, youngest billionaire of all time, Kylie Jenner. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh no, this chick just has the same name, which is kind of unfortunate. It's like
her SEO is trash.
It's like, hey, what's up? I'm menswear podcaster Giorgio Armani. I mean, actually, that would be fucking sick. But yeah, not to confuse me with someone who does a similar thing in an adjacent industry with the exact same name. But this is not the designer Betsy Johnson.
No,
this is the cool opium stylist Betsy Johnson.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you can't deny Kylie lip kits just fucking changing the game.
I mean, that shit's cheap too, right? Isn't that the whole thing? You do it cheap and you sell it out and you just drop them every month.
Well, it's either the model we take, which is as D2C, you cut out the retail upcharge, or suggested market price. So you're just getting a margin one time, not twice, and like you make it and then you sell it at a profit. You don't make it, sell it at a profit to buyers who then sell it at a profit themselves. So there's definitely D2C here. Oh, but come on, it's also just like, I'm sure fake leather, it's all synthetic, so you can just make it in a fucking lab. And unless it's with like cactus.
What's worse for the environment?
Probably real leather.
Right, because of all the cows and the beef.
Because you got to like feed them and shit. Actually, I don't know.
Isn't like,
let me do some real deep research real quick.
I think isn't that the whole thing where it's like one of the reasons to not eat meat is not about like because like cows have feelings, but it's like so bad for the environment.
Yeah, but you're
supposed to use every part of it if you're going to do it. So it's like make me a jacket, fam.
No, but I mean, when people say they do it for environmental reasons, it's because like massive cattle farms, you know, that require it's mostly a water usage because you need to grow the feed to then feed the cows.
Yeah.
But faux leather is made from petroleum-based plastics.
Ooh, that ain't good.
But there's cactus leather, which I think has to be, and like mushroom leather.
Well, there's definitely like the story MFG way to do this, and then there's the Kylie Jenner child slave way to do this, and I'm sure one of those is absolutely worse for the environment than the other. Also, who knows what the fucking quantities are of this shit? Yeah, it's gonna sell out. Sure, there's gonna be less, you know, quadruple XLs. Again, this isn't Betsy Johnson. This is Kai. But yeah, I mean, they're probably making thousands of these.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of SKUs. I mean, we just saw the site. Is everything sold out?
I don't know. There's like 12 things, and then I guess I don't know.
It's a full capsule collection.
I don't know what the next designer will be, but it is like you know, fucking broke boy, opium, LA girl. Like I'm goth, but I'm not.
Yeah. What's the? Is that? Oh, just goth bitch. That's just
It's just goth.
I need a goth bitch with big titties type deal.
Yeah, Kylie Jenner.
Fuck yeah. I mean, shit, dude.
The opposite side of this, when the pendulum swings back, is Phoebe Philo went live today, and the girlies went fucking crazy for $16,000 pants. Yeah,
people complaining about prices is crazy. What did they expect?
So there's 150 items. This was developed over the last 2 years, probably even more. And the anticipation was fucking crazy. Kathy Horn said it's like, what's that?
Was that a fever pitch?
Kathy Horn in the cut said that this is like this is going to like unlock a new chapter for fashion. I think she was talking more about like the business structure side of things, which I agreed with.
Which is what, getting a couple shekels from Bernard Arnault and pretending that you're still independent?
No, it's like well, first of all, the Phoebe Philo fan base was already built in. Mm-hmm. So like if you launch a brand with a absolute guaranteed customer base, like you can kind of do whatever you want. So it's how to versus like fashion houses that now like LV, it's like a new collection every 4 months, a fucking world building spectacle. Right. You need the digital, you need the experiential, you need the Asian market, the fucking Middle East, you need Russia, you need America, like the globalness of it, and it's just like scaling to no end. Versus this, where it's like it's
a community play.
Took your time, very intentional.
Yeah.
I guess Phoebe's always never like been like a designer with like like on the technical side, but more just like following her gut,
sure,
and not necessarily just like following trends and not like iterating the same thing or like being derivative of everything else out there, but like maybe tweaking it a tiny bit.
Yeah,
but it's always just been her own shit. At least that's what Kathy Horn was saying.
The row is on motherfucking notice because the bitch is back. She cleaned up her act. I don't want to say too much. Even though we're behind the paywall
for a few weeks.
The pics were fire. Like it's always the best casting, the best photography. Like the marketing is fucking gas. Yeah, people complaining about prices. I don't know what they expected, especially now that the business model has been tweaked a bit. What was interesting to me is that going seasonless, and I know a lot of people do that, but someone like Phoebe, who's such an institution in like capital F fashion, and I know that things have changed where it's like you got your cruise collection and Balenciaga's doing a après ski thing and, you want to pump clothes out. I like how they're doing a drop model, but it's been whitewashed and upstream to be called edits. When it's like, this is 150 pieces. Like this is, so you're going to produce more clothes than you would if it was seasonal. So it's like, what's actually happening here?
This is less than like what
really?
a house would do. Yeah. 150.
Right. That seems like a lot of looks, but.
And it's twice a year, not like, I don't know, 6 times a year, whatever. Like
right. So what I'm saying is I think this is going to create, so for the fans, maybe this is a good thing, glass half full, more clothes this way. I guess.
Versus if she was like back at a house?
Yeah, because it would be fall, winter, spring, summer. You do cruise, and then you do.
This is twice a year.
I thought it was going to be more than twice a year.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be these drops that happened continuously whenever.
I don't know. I think this first one's 150 and it's just twice a year. What's crazy though is that people are, and I guess it's not crazy. Well, 2 things are crazy here. One is that people are buying the pieces sight unseen and paying like $16,000.
Oh, right, because there's no stores.
There's no stores.
That's actually really interesting. Only online. Didn't think about that.
But then What's also crazy is people are like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Where it's like, nah, there's like mad rich people in this fucking world that just want the shit, or they're just gonna flip it on the real or whatever. What's grailed for women? I guess grailed.
The real.
The Real
Vestiaire Collective.
Yeah. They'll just flip it on there.
The cult of personality surrounding Phoebe is, I don't think fashion, and that's why, again, like there was this fever pitch around her return, like just her creating an Instagram account.
Just
for
her
this
saying
brand.
big things coming soon.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Her saying big things coming soon 6 months ago and just launching like an Instagram account with like no marketing behind it. Like people were losing their fucking mind and waiting for this moment today where like stuff could be available. But like people have been, there's been a customer that's been like waiting, literally waiting for their queen to return. I don't know what the equivalent would be for men.
Yeezy.
Honestly, dude, maybe. Shit, dude.
Nah.
Yeezy comeback season. I'm calling it now, dude.
It was funny, like
Calling it now.
yeah, wow, you're the first one to do that. It was funny, just like people were just like sticker shock was crazy. But then it was like, yo, these clothes cost the same if you go to like LV or Bottega. Like it's kind of a similar
But is
price
the quality
point.
going to be Bottega quality?
I don't know, but it was a similar price point. I mean,
no one knows.
No one knows
Sight unseen.
until this shit ships out. I'm sure it will be. But everyone's just like, oh my God, the pricing. But it's like,
My Lord.
yo, if you want a designer that can take her time and that, yeah, like if you love her, you want her to like be free of any constraints or any like, larger external forces or interests or factors to just like kind of do what she wants. And then you just scoop it all up. Like, yeah, that shit's going to cost money.
If you're pearl clutching about price, you probably can't afford it.
Which
that's all I'll say.
And then, yes, also, this will just be absolutely fucking ripped immediately. But Kylie Jenner's fucking printing that shit right now.
Get the mood boards. Get the mood boards ready, kids.
For 1/500th of the price.
Yeah, it'll be all.
You can get those ass showing trousers for $20 on Alibaba in a day.
I wonder how quick we'll see the ripoffs at all the fast fashion brands, and then I want to see how this looks like on some fucking dudes, dude. I want to see a guy buy like a turtleneck, and I want to see if he can fucking freak it.
There is some like that big trench.
Yeah, there's
cost $8,000.
There's pieces, dude.
There were some trousers.
I clicked on menu, and I went to photos, and I was just scrolling, just eye candy, and I'm like,
the website.
Good piece of outerwear, interesting bag, good knits. I'm like, there's gonna be some guy who's gonna wear this, and let's see. We'll see.
The website was a bit janky.
Oh, janky as fuck, dude.
If that's any indication of the quality of the clothing, then you guys are fucking idiots for buying this.
Yeah, a bunch of the links were not working, but I get that I'm
sure that was just traffic too.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, dude, the IG, they kind of fucked up the timing. It feels like and obviously that builds hype because people are just waiting with bated breath, like we're saying. But it seems like maybe they got a little ahead of themselves. Have a website that works on drop day.
Well, have a website that looks better.
I thought it was. I don't know. Again, all I care about is like, are the photos like, is it eye candy? Is it inspiring? Because I ain't buying any of this shit. And I'm like, damn, dude, Phoebe hasn't lost her touch in terms of just art direction, which like for me is what I think about like when I think of Celine when she was there. It's just like cool pics.
Bro, speaking of leather, the leather scarf. Ooh, that's what I want. A fucking leather scarf.
What's the damage on that, dude?
2,600. But I think it was part of a jacket, part of a leather jacket.
Oh, so free. You buy with every jacket comes one free scarf.
Yeah, but it snaps in, so you can kind of like wear it as if it's wrapped around you, Lenny Kravitz, but not have to like adjust. Like it just stays snapped to the jacket itself.
She's a goat, bro. Can't be denied. I mean, this shit, it looks good. I don't know if anyone was like preying on her downfall or anything like that. I think her approval rating is like pretty fucking high. Yeah, right.
Like Daniel Lee.
But nah, dude, she fucking snapped as per usual.
Speaking of another brand that launched recently, Skims Men.
Oh yeah,
our fucking boys over there. We're chatting to them. We want to get our dicks and balls on some Skims.
Yep.
To give it, the not the whip test, the dick test. Make sure that it's feeling nice on the fucking meat wad down there.
Is that the title, dick test?
No, it can't be. It can't be.
Give that shit the dick test.
So I thought what was really funny was so we kind of knew about this happening, right?
Yes.
Because
I ignored an email.
Yeah,
and
Jesus
you were like,
Christ,
bro.
And I was like, you know how much fucking money they have?
Well,
but whatever. We weren't allowed to say anything until it happened. I think. I don't know what the NDA says exactly.
Well, now it's launched, so we're fine.
Yeah, okay. But what I thought was really funny, so with the who are the three male models? It was Nick Bosa,
Shai,
and Neymar.
Yeah.
Right? And Nick Bosa had the fucking girlies needing a cleanup in aisle pussy because they were just soaked on Twitter. And I don't know, it was really funny then because then obviously you're just like, oh my God, who is this fucking piece of white chocolate? I need him in me right now.
ASAP, dude.
And then people are like, wait a second, this piece of white chocolate is a white trash MAGA piece of shit.
Yeah, the Bosas are not known for their progressive politics.
Big
folks.
Trump guys. And it was big bootstrap guys. And it was so, like, what was funnier? Seeing the Swifties have to learn about football in real time or seeing the horny girlies have to learn, who maybe had just learned about football because of Kelsey and Taylor Swift, seeing those horny girlies learn that Nick Bosa was a piece of shit in real time. Both were fantastic.
Which is that
Bosa.
leave the ball to the men.
Yeah. Why don't you get Bosa D's nuts?
Yeah, I think for me, the number one was my boy SGA. First of all, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. He's basically straight up doing the Drake thing where it's like fit pics, and then where Drake would do like, really cool stylized shit from a concert, he's doing like his on-court shit, and it will be like a great dump of fit pic on court. And then the best part are the fucking bars in the caption. I do not follow many athletes on IG, but SGA fucking... He be getting fits off, he be getting bars off, and I thought he looked the best, dude. I'm like, this is a sexy motherfucker. Oh, and him and Drake are both Canadian as well. Another fucking link up right there.
I actually thought Nick Bosa looked the best.
Really?
He looked fucking
Neymar is not jacked. And I know soccer players are not supposed to be jacked, but Ronaldo was always a beefcake. I feel like Messi has at least some type of cum gutterage, whereas Neymar was kind of like dad bod.
Yeah.
He didn't look good. Now, listen, he looked better than me if I was fucking shirtless on a fucking, Summer Jam screen
dad
for
bod.
millions of people.
He looked fucking, he's like a runner, right? Well, I guess so are Ronaldo and Messi.
I thought he would be more cut, dude.
He's old. He's like fucking washed up, like.
Look at, speaking of white
No, I just want to see
chocolate,
what
look
these
at
bars
that
are.
dark chocolate fucking. All
I
right.
want to see what these bars are. They debating about if my bag is deep because they know the only thing I really lack is sleep. Left home and said I wouldn't be back for weeks until I made sure I was in Paris next summer and not for Fashion Week.
Woo! Let's go, dude. That's not like he's not copying, pasting lyrics. He's writing bars.
Week and week,
Oh my God, here we go. Oh right, because you're the GOAT.
I hear the chit chat and I hear the mumbles. They're waiting on me to fail. They want me to fumble. They think they can size me up, and I'm tired of being humble. So if you try to stand in my way, try not to stumble.
Bars. Come on, dog. No one's doing it like Shai, dude.
This is like high school.
And my man is fucking dropping fucking dimes and getting buckies, dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's the master of he is currently the master of the NBA dump, especially when oh, my man just hit the follow.
I had to.
Let's go, baby.
Well, I just had to unfollow Nick Kyrgios because he just I guess he's a pickleball guy now, so I had to unfollow him.
Real quick. Because
1 in, 1 out.
This is the perfect seg is that now that and this is why Shai is so important. We are back in the throes of tunnel fit season because the NBA is back, and shit is somehow worse than ever before. And my man is a fucking shining light, and I don't give a fuck if the Thunder make the playoffs or my man actually wins the scoring title. But as long as he's looking cool on the motherfucking grid, at least we have hope for the future.
Yeah. The thing I don't like about tunnel fits, or the new thing I don't like is, and this is kind of true of like fit check culture in general.
Our bad.
Is what people care more about the price now. Right, where it's like, walk me through your fit and tell me how much everything costs. Yeah. Which I don't like that because it's like it becomes more about the flex of like, hey, here's how much money I spent versus like, yo, here's the fit that I put together. Here's some brands that I like, some vintage I like, and how I made it all work into hopefully a fit that I like and hopefully you like. Like the first thing on opening night, it was LeBron. It was the unveiling of LeBron for Louis with the billboard and everything. But the big tunnel fit pick that went around was LeBron James shows up wearing a $28,000 outfit.
I thought it was just the bag was $28,000.
Just the bag was $28,000. Just the bag was $28,000.
Just the new Pharrell Speedies, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could I'm sure the fucking rest of the fit cost upwards of 10 G's. So to focus on the money, the
bottom line.
I understand that this is maybe just old man yells at cloud, but I'm like, yo, like anytime I see some sort of fit check or some sort of fucking wrist check or whatever, and it's like, and we jokingly, obviously, like, we love money, but jokingly when it's like, yo, how much money do you make? I can't believe that joke of a question is
a real
literally
sincere
now
question.
how some people just like make careers off TikTok with like, how much money do you make? Oh, can I see your house?
Or even worse, because I'm not going to hate a motherfucker chasing their own bag. It's how people prescribe value to things, which is the more expensive it is, just the better it somehow is. And I kind of get it with watches because of the technicality, like mechanically speaking, of like movements and the materials that go into it. And I guess the bag, the specific LV bag we're talking about, the patient zero in this conversation and of you being old man yells at clout. But like when it comes to like a motherfucker in the full Balenciaga, or I even really blame Chrome, even though Chrome is made well. Like if it wasn't for people doing head to toe Chrome fits that cost more than a house, I feel like we wouldn't be as so far gone as we are. I truly blame Chrome Hearts.
Yeah, or sneakers.
Yes.
No, where it's like,
or like, like the resale, like, these fucking Paris Dunks are, but without $15,000 kicks, and I'm wearing them on the street.
But without the fit checkers being like, okay, walk me through your fit and how much everything costs, then there wouldn't be like the emphasis on not, hey, this is my fit. It's like, hey, this is how much money I spent. This is how much money I'm wearing right now, and it's probably mostly cap. I mean, not with the not with the $28,000 bag, but it's like, yo, LeBron shows up fitted in this fit that costs $50K, and it's like, well,
that's so whack, dude.
He did. And then I tweeted like, yo, we're in for another fucking 7 months of tunnel fit bullshit. And people are like, yo, the fit's hard though. And it's like, no, that's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying that the accounts that are the fucking streetwear.
You're not hating the player, you're literally hating the game.
I'm hating the game where it's like, just being like, oh, yo, LeBron shows up in a $28,000 fit. Like that's the shit that I'm fucking hating on.
All we do every week, by the way, is hate the game. That's like what we do.
We invented the game and now we hate the game.
Yeah, whatever game you want to fucking say it is.
I am playing games.
We definitely hate it.
I'm hating them.
Yeah, dude. You'll never even see a controller in my hand because I don't play games.
Yeah, 7 months of fucking.
But you're right.
Fits.
Content and like a whole generation, like their brain has been poisoned to like care about the wrong shit because the content that goes viral that gets in front of the most people is based in completely superficial things that don't actually matter, which is like, again, the price tag is not what makes something good.
Well, it's also like in this age of everything is content, you're constantly consuming, you're constantly being bombarded. There needs to be something that, sticks out that actually like grabs your attention and makes you like watch it. So it's going to be some ludicrous price tag.
Clickbait.
Like this fit cost what? How much? And then it is like some guy wearing obscene
the worst fit
you've ever seen, and then you just get mad and it's outrage culture because it's like, what the fuck you mean this fucking fit costs $28,000? Yeah. $28,000. So I guess like Marshall McLuhan said back in the 70s, the medium is the message.
Woo! Hell yeah, dude. Shout out Marshall.
That's a fucking bar for you. What you doing, McLuhan? That was the academic catchphrase of the 70s in media studies. Where it's like, yeah, in this time where we're just fucking staring at a screen 24/7, it's like, all right, you need to stick out and like the more outrageous shit the better, which is from politics to fashion to culture to fucking sports, everything. So I don't know. Is there anything we can do about this, Lawrence?
Yeah, get free Skims Men, and we're gonna fucking review it on the pod, dude.
Can't wait.
The same shit we did with Brady, from one goat to another. Yeah. I am honestly super psyched for the tank. I hope we don't know what we're getting. I
want the nipple bra.
For men?
Well, I want the bulge briefs or something. Oh, that's what Kim's got to do next.
They're like the enhancement. Oh yeah, obviously, dude. I want that shit all day.
I've been rewatching.
I really like the Brady. I will say Brady brand. Like we've reviewed them on pod. We've talked about them a bunch. Like they make I don't know about you. They make my dick look good, dude. 100%.
I only wear them while working out, so I don't like.
But you put them on and like see, don't you?
No, I just put them on and then put shorts on.
Sight unseen. You don't even peep the meat. You don't even peep you don't even glaze yourself.
My room's too dark. I don't have the window open.
Do you have a full-length mirror?
Yeah.
In your room?
Yeah.
And you don't glaze yourself?
I don't look at... No, not really.
Crazy, bro. And honestly, you might be pleasantly surprised. The next time you put 12 on the cock and balls...
Next time I put 12 on 6?
Literally just... I'm telling you, it looks good.
Yeah, they call that the goat meat. Call me Jamaican curry because I got the goat meat.
Put it in the notes app.
Where's my phone?
When's the next time you're going to Rock House?
I don't know. February.
Well, you gotta say, Siri, you gotta get a reminder, dude.
Monologue while I write down this fucking bar.
No, we genuinely are excited to try Skims out. I feel like we talk about Flow Team a lot, and I own a lot of fucking Supreme Hanes underwear, boxer briefs that I talk about week in and week out, but I love getting free new underwear because I'm not gonna go on Skims and buy it for myself. So.
I know.
But maybe we can influence you guys. Like we'll let you know what the glazing situation is like. We'll let you know about the kind of Spanx for men elements that maybe the tank brings to the table, which is why I already love a good pleaser because you get a little bit of and certain boys like myself can use that
Lawrence,
more than others.
I just got a little taste of when you like start sipping on that haterade and you just need another one. Another one.
Yeah.
Just another can of fucking sweet haterade. I want to keep hating real quick. And I know people are going to fucking Jimmy be hating.
Oh my God. Did you see? Well, you didn't see this, but the Reddit, I guess it's
Here
from.
we go. I don't even want to hear about it.
From Up, there's the grumpy old man and then like the stupid Labrador who's his dog, or I guess.
That's me and you?
Yeah. I was like, fuck, this is accurate as hell. And that shit got upvoted a lot.
Great. And that man had a wonderful life with his wife before she fucking kicked the bucket.
Yeah, maybe you'll find yourself in the same position.
And then I'll find
once you start wearing Skims Men, I know the bitch is gonna be flocking to Jim.
And then I'll find an Asian Boy Scout to go on an adventure with. That's what happens, right? In Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got
Asian, right?
He got maybe that's Chuck. Yeah, I don't know. Race aside. Anyway.
All right, so next week speaking of goats, we have a true goat on the pod, Bradley Carbone. This guy's been involved in the culture for a minute now, and he just had like mad wisdom and stories, and it was a long time coming. Went to his crib.
Sick crib. Holy fuck, I was so jealous.
Talks about his career, his life, the accident that put him in a wheelchair, how that's affected everything. But one thing that we wanted from him, because he's kind of has a grasp of like the macro movements going on.
This was his job when he was at Adidas to some degree, was like doing trend forecasting.
And still, I think what he does is he aligns himself with stuff that's like bubbling up, inserts himself, make sure they can like level up and he pours gasoline on them is what he's saying. Like he sees the shit that's fire and then he comes in and helps them pour gasoline on it and absolutely level up. One of the trends macro trends that he was talking about is like, look, as we're heading into this economic compression moment, great phrase that I like that he used. He's like, the cycle's going to go back to what it always goes back to, which for men in fashion means military and #menswear.
I was just laughing at economic compression. That's what I call my dick and some Skims, dude. You were, and your immediate gut reaction was a groan when he mentioned menswear.
I agree that I think that is what's going to happen when like the economy shrinks like your meat. And I just don't. Okay.
Well, it's austerity, right? The classics.
Here's my fucking beef. Because you were asking me, you're like, hey, like, so like, why does that happen? And it's a return to safety. It's a return to what you know. It's a return to time proven. It's conservative in nature in that you're no longer, you know what? What?
Buy better, buy less.
I think that the boys dressing a little gay put the fucking economy in the shitter.
That's what did it?
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah. Biden!
That's the real Bidenflation. Biden getting a nose job? That's what fucking put us in the fucking shitter, bro.
Brandon's vanity. The boys just trying to be a little bit gay for pussy. Put the whole fucking ship out of whack.
I just think like it's kind of pussy to be like, oh, like let's dress like when men were men. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to like when the fucking men you knew how to change tires.
That is the gayest shit imaginable.
So in 2008, in 2023, whatever, I guess 15 years later, right? 2008 when was the fucking I guess like 2013.
09.
The recession
2012.
The recession of 2008 into like 2012. Yeah. Before like streetwear and Supreme and fucking luxury streetwear and all that shit was like the menswear moment that coincided with the fucking what was it? It wasn't a depression, a recession.
Yeah, recession.
Thanks,
like Obama.
The economy and the hairlines are fucking receding, bro. And men turn to when men are scared, they want to dress up like little soldiers. They want to dress up like little fucking businessmen who make money. And I just think it's real fucking pussy. I don't know. I just hate it that it's like
these are classic archetypes.
That the correlations are just like so obvious and inherent, and it is some small dick shit. That's just my thoughts.
Though I will say the men
You're so excited.
No. Well, I mean, maybe a little bit, but the men's
polishing your Isaiah coral.
No. The menswear, I had to sell those on eBay. Economic constriction, bro. Compression, whatever. The menswear that Bradley's talking about is not like the menswear.
Not #menswear.
That you grew to hate me for because I invented it. No, I think it's just gonna, bro, what did Frank talk about? Casual tailoring. You know, you
In a vintage
look at
sense.
your imagine if your pants right now were not a beautiful navy blue, but a wonderful olive green. You'd kind of be somewhere towing that line where it's like a military reference, like a Maharishi pant, which I think Bradley mentions as well. So
No, but these are more like Japanese construction workers.
very manly job, a very classic archetype, the Japanese construction.
Do you know why
who just brings his lunch pail, just like fucking clocks in, fucking stiff upper lip, grit, and then you fucking go
bro.
home and play video games for like 5 years and then you kill yourself.
Yeah, I really want to just eat a sandwich on a steel beam with my boys. Yo, back shots here. You know why Japanese construction workers wear enormous pants?
Because the Japanese are just have so much more personal style in our fire dressers.
The utility is that you actually can feel like you can feel things like a cat's whiskers. So like when you're walking by some shit and you can like feel it. So like and it helps you with balance and it helps you from like
extendo.
It helps you avoid like any danger.
Extendo.
Because you're like your sense of touch expands.
Yeah.
So that's why they wear them. And I think it also keeps you technically cool in the summer.
Yeah, and it looks fucking good.
And it looks fucking sick. But they tuck them into their like tabby construction boots.
What? Like who makes them?
There's
like
one. I actually saw this on a fucking mood board.
Yo, I need the plug, bro.
There's one brand that it's like the U line of Japan,
Yeah,
or
I
like the
need this
card of
shit.
Japan.
I'm sure fucking Blackbird's all over this.
And they send out a catalog that's like fucking thick every year. That's just like all the shit. And it's just construction firms or businesses just like
the
order
working
a
man's
million of them.
Muji, right? Some shit probably.
No.
Isn't Muji more salary man? Oxford cloth button downs, sport coat, or like Uniqlo, right?
It's not salary man. It's kind of just like regular guy shit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Which, like, I feel like in Japan is kind of like the regular man is. I mean, obviously, there's all different classes of people, but like, I feel like most Japanese dudes are like that salary man vibe. And then they're fucking,
No.
they get their shit faced and they fall asleep in the street after doing karaoke all night. That kind
They
of guy.
get surrounded by water bottles so cats don't piss on them.
Yeah.
You see that?
No, that's fire.
Yeah. And so they can wake up and be hydrated.
That is honestly, dude, a beautiful people and a beautiful country.
Right.
And they have my utmost respect.
Speaking of guys that have your utmost respect, Kanye got his ass exposed.
Oh.
By Mrs. Me Too, apparently. I think that journalist was like an OG
Really?
Me Too reporter.
This is me too. Yeah, I know you got sexually harassed. Yeah, Mrs. Me Too. Jesus Christ, dude. Was there any, but here's the thing. We were both hyped as fuck when this dropped. It hit all the group chats. There wasn't a ton of new information besides, and Bradley talked about meeting Kanye in the office and him going 0 to turbo
On day one.
out the gate.
On day 0.
And that was the funniest. That was the most fucked up thing in the article was on day 1, just hitting them with a good swastika. Just to let them know what the fucking vibes were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Kanye's Hitler fandom or Nazi fandom didn't really get fully exposed. Like there were always whispers about like he respected Hitler's as a marketing genius.
Great public speaker.
And just like
Bars.
a master of logistics and also just the aesthetics of the Nazis. I think Kanye Hit Ye had always, there have been rumors, and he wanted to name Ye Hitler,
of course,
that album. But this was in the midst of like, fucking MAGA Ye.
Yeah, that was
Kanye,
he was
2020 or Kanye 2024. It was already like in the midst of
2020.
2020. But yeah, this was in 2013.
Crazy.
When he drew a swastika on a shoe because he didn't like it. The other crazy,
which you would think he would be like, stamp of approval. Like that would be actually a good thing. I don't know.
It wasn't clear if he
bozo.
like drew a swastika on it because he's like, oh, you guys are Nazis because you're like censoring my point of view and
or
like
the
silencing
Nazi
me.
history of Adi
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Or it's just like, yo, I'm gonna make this shoe so fucked up with a swastika that it's unusable now.
Oh, maybe.
Couldn't really get that from the story.
The motivation behind drawing the swastika was unclear, but he still did it on his first day.
What was explicit was he told John Wexler, who was like his number one proponent
Shout out
and
Wex.
was like the cool guy, at
Whisper.
Adidas for so long. He told Wex to hang up a picture of Hitler in his kitchen and to kiss it every day. And Wexler is Jewish.
Yeah, that's crazy behavior. Even crazier to me is that despite this stuff getting suppressed by Adidas and keeping this collab going against all costs, because again, what's more important than the bottom line, folks? We all love money on God's green earth. The fact that Kanye at one point was like, I should be the CEO of Adidas.
Yeah.
What? Bro, what? Like, what? why would you even want to do that, dude?
Yeah, why do you want a job?
Like, what do you?
Just take your slush fund of $100 million.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing.
Why are you fucking up a good thing? Yeah, keep the slush fund. Don't actually get the fucking job.
I think the new information that did come out was some of the numbers and finances of like the whole partnership that was like 10 years old. About
seems like it, yeah.
And it became known that Ye became a billionaire, right, in the midst of all this. Like when we hit peak Yeezy, or I don't even know if we have hit peak Yeezy. People are still fucking wearing them.
I think we're past peak Yeezy in terms of like what though. Like they're still doing numbers, but I think that without him there, but
the amount of upfront money he got, just signing bonus, just money up front, the amount of stock options he got, where that's what made him a billionaire.
Yeah.
Was when Yeezy earnings calls came out and then the stock went up. That's what on paper he became a billionaire.
In his defense, like he's the talent, and in this case, in this partnership, the talent was motherfucking eating.
But he also got a $100 million budget for marketing,
So good,
but there is no necessarily any oversight on that budget. And I think like as the partnership went on, he almost like got completely rid of all any handlers or overseers on the budget. And so he just had this fucking slush fund.
Yeah.
Which is what like funded the move to Cody. He was able to bring on like, you'd hear about like people working on Yeezy that had this like vaunted resume and be like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Now we know why. He had $100 million to fucking burn in like a year.
Yeah. Now that we have all the intel, with hindsight being 2020, a lot of the erratic behavior that obviously could be explained away by Kanye's mental illness. Also now is clear that not only is he a crazy person, but he was a crazy person with unlimited pockets, right?
Yeah.
The deepest pocket. I mean, 100 million is not unlimited money, but like, yeah, that explains the move to Wyoming. And then just like, right, the amount of money that was dumped into these albums and shoes and clothing lines that never launched and all of this shit.
Yeah. The homes. There was a group chat, the Yeezy hotline.
So good.
Where somebody I think was like, yo, we need to get someone to help Kanye handle his finances because he's burning through this cash like the fucking Joker in Dark Knight.
Absolutely, dude. Lighting it on fire.
So that was fun.
Yeah, I know you were joking about this before because I'm not the first person to say this, but I am. There's something in the air. I don't know what it is. I'm smelling.
It's the rise of right wing politics.
I'm smelling a Yeezy comeback, and obviously it starts with the music. So we'll have to see how this collab record with Ty Dolla $ign sounds. Though they have made awesome tunes together, so I'm feeling bullish. I'm assuming that I will have my heart broken just for the millionth time by all the guys that I love in my life, whether they were terrible men that got canceled, like actors who we don't need to name, or even guys like Drake who, the music is just not there. I'm really curious to see if
you're dick riding for Drake. Like I was impressed by how long you were able to fucking spin on that meat because it was like I was like, yo, dog, like come on, like let's call it what it is, and you kept fucking glazing, as you like to say.
The concerts were awesome.
Sure.
Her loss was awesome. I was even like, do I need a pair of Knock the Glides? I bought the poetry book. We had a great laugh about it on the show. Endless entertainment from Drake in this kind of like.
All right.
Okay.
Do you think that if Kanye's come back beyond, he can put out good music that we can all listen to and enjoy.
That's all that matters.
Is it though?
Yeah, 100%. If the music
but
is
he's
good,
so much bigger than that. So I think like he could put out good music, but I think as soon as he like steps onto, I don't know, like if he steps back onto Twitter, that'd be amazing.
Awesome. Well, you saw him. You saw the text that he had Ian Connor post.
Exactly, which is like what. So I'm just saying that the music can be good, but I don't think that. I think he's just going to get in his own way in terms of any other form of comeback beyond just like putting out music that is a static thing that you put out into the world, although he's constantly tweaking and updating it, so it's not static, but as static as possible versus like him just having a platform and a stage again and just like sing and doing the craziest shit. Where I think if he puts out the music and remains kind of like low key and off his phone and like underground.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Despite being
that's best case scenario is what I'm saying.
Despite being an owner of a Gap Yeezy hoodie, for me, all that matters at the end of the day are the tunes banging. I'm not buying. Listen, I'm 36, about to be 37. You're 37. We've had our own run-ins with the man, the myth, the legend. We're not wearing Yeezy sneakers. We're not buying rip-off Balenciaga Yeezy clothes. If the tunes bang, end of story. Then I don't care about the fucking politics. I don't care about the headlines. I'll be real. I've never told a lie in my life. I'm not going to start now. I just care about the music. Fingers crossed.
Speaking of, what, you never tell a lie. I don't know. I'm not sequestering. I'm not segueing this week. We had a little photo shoot on Friday with our boys at Gant.
Yeah.
And actually, it was a video shoot.
It was both.
Videos, photos. It was a lot of fun.
What can't we do? We're like Kanye. We do it all.
But and it got pushed a little bit because it kept fucking raining in New York for 7 weekends straight.
Yeah.
What was really funny.
Yesterday included.
And we went down to their space at 240 Mulberry Street, which is like a space it's not retail, but it's like
it's a showroom.
It's like a showroom, but it's
Event
like
space.
it's where they have like programming and events and stuff.
We hosted the opening.
And it was like, yeah, true. And we were there like before opening hours. And there was something in the air. Speaking of something in the air, there was something in the air. There was this like tension. There was this nervousness.
Yeah.
There's this like nervous energy. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it until I jokingly asked like the 2 or 3 staff members that were there.
Yeah, they were pressed.
That worked for the kind of like the bar downstairs / the space itself, not necessarily for Gant, I don't think.
agency, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I was like, so like
Bunch of gophers in the mix.
So like when Taylor comes through, like does she like just walk up, or is there like a back entrance? And like, oh well, when Taylor comes through, actually they like have to move everything aside. And I was like, whoa,
okay,
whoa,
just making small talk.
Whoa, don't talk to me.
Goss for the pod.
I'm gonna go back on my phone now.
Yeah.
But yeah, what came out is that they were like frantically, and we were rifling through shit and like making fits.
We had to get dressed for our content.
We had to get dressed. They had just done like an event or so the night before, so there's like still some like spillover and leftover shit they were dealing with that. And they were just like at a certain point, we just became like second class citizens. Not in a bad way. It was totally fine. But they were dealing with a Taylor Swift poll. Like her spouse was pulling up.
I had been seeing, and because Baston has been putting this all over the gram. But
and Gant too.
Yeah. Taylor has been wearing a ton of Gant because of the connection to that bar. And it's a whole convoluted. It's like Charlie Kelly with the fucking, the board, right? Pepe Sylvia. But Taylor had been wearing a lot of Gant. But it was like, yeah, we're doing this like paid shoot for the homies. And like, it's a pretty... I don't know. We were on set. We were there for a minute. There's video stuff, doing a bunch of takes, a bunch of photos, an outfit change. And it's so funny that despite being the paid talent, the second that they're like, oh, Taylor Swift stylists might be by for more leather shirts and trench coats, it's like, you guys don't matter, as we shouldn't.
DEFCON 5.
Yeah. No, that's DEFCON Uno, 1, dude. Right. As low as we can go. Fucking, like golf. Is there even a DEFCON 0?
There is.
Because that's, when it comes to T-Swizz, that's what we're at. And it was just very fun to me. They're like, and now they're like, why don't you guys like do some stuff on the street?
Yeah.
Why don't you, no, I think it would be now the lighting's really good. You should go. Yeah. You guys could leave.
I'm going to take your stuff from here and just hang it up for you because you want that, right?
Yeah. And since you were wearing so many women's shirts, I think some of that.
I was wearing a woman's shirt.
You kept pulling shirts and being like, wait, this button's oh, fuck. That's
I was on my Phoebe Philo shit, bro. I was practicing.
You really were, dude. You're getting out ahead of the fucking, the boilies wearing Phoebe.
And shout out the one guy that recognized us on the street who said...
we got papped.
He said, hey, I love the shorts.
Yeah, not the pod. Not you guys. Now I'm a fan. Specifically, I love the shorts.
Which at first I was like, what the fuck? But then I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of cool that you choose one segment of the, everyone loves the shorts, but they're a once a year, twice a year thing. So it's like not like the most, whatever, like in your face shit. And he's like, hey, I really like your shorts.
Yeah, he was a big fan.
I really like your shorts, guys. And then he fucking sneak papped us and posted and didn't get a repost, but got an LOL.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out that guy. He called us legends.
Pod gods.
Yeah,
I think he made after, and then we were like laughing. We're like, oh, the shorts specifically. He's like, well, yeah, like the pod. And we're like, okay, you don't need to like actually like break it down. Like we made them, we designed them, we get it. But then I think he felt a little guilty. So when it came time to sneakily, even though we're like watching him do this, which I'm like, come on, dude. And we're like, then I gotta like be on or whatever. He hit us with the pod gods when we really know in his own mind it's short Solons.
Like, bro, I gotta suck it in. What are you taking the picture, bro?
But you know what? You've made the point before where it's like, when we drop product and the marketing hits IG, and it's not like doing the QVC stuff that we do on the pod for listeners both new and old. Like there are people that are like, oh, this is like a brand, which to me is kind of like what I've always thought was maybe like an end goal. And to that guy, we are a shorts brand.
I had a moment.
That's great.
When we were at the Byline party on Thursday night, there was this guy that I was like, oh, fuck, this guy's wearing a throwing fit shirt. But then I saw that there was a Stussy tag. I was like, oh, shit, it's just a similar shadow plaid. And then as I'm leaving the party, he's like, yo, we should take a pic together. We're wearing like similar shit. And I'm like, sure. And he was with like 2 like fucking dimes. So I was like, yeah, bro. Oh, what's up, bro? Yeah, for sure.
What's up, ladies?
What's up, ladies?
I'm Sean Stussy. Nice to meet you.
I want some skim. You want some skims?
I know exactly the shirt you're talking about because as I walked in and I saw Claire, formerly of the Drunken Canal, I saw that shirt next to her on the couch, and I was like, whose shirt is this? And she said some guy's name, and I'm like, all right, don't tell him I did this. And I'm like, but watch this. And I looked like I'm almost like was gonna be like, see, and I'm like, oh, Stussy, fuck. I was like, you did not see that happen. And I immediately got the fuck out of there.
He was like, yeah, I couldn't find my shirt for a second. I thought you were wearing it. I'm like, what?
No, it was on the leather couch in my hands.
And then I was like, who makes that? He's like, Stussy. And then he goes, who makes yours? I was like, I did.
Yo, I had a similar. All right, and this honestly maybe is the perfect note to end on. I don't know how much more we've got here, but in terms of like not wanting to answer certain questions, and then the idea of an entire generation's brain being polluted by this kind of clickbait, TikTok man on the street content, I'm literally going home in an Uber on Friday night after eating at Jean's, which, by the way, we got to go. I know you couldn't make that dinner. It is fire.
Yeah.
Oh, we are? Anyway, I'm in the Uber.
No, I said we'll get to it.
Oh, we will. Okay. And we'll get to the actual dinner. We'll go. Me and you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I mean also. Anyway, so I'm in the Uber. The windows are down, and a minivan yellow cab pulls up, and it's like a bunch of drunk young bros, and I'm like, okay.
Here we go.
Head forward. We're at a red light. And they go, hey, yo, what's your costume? And I was like, I'm not wearing one.
You're like, it's October 26th.
Well, I was leaving also, I was leaving a Halloween party where I didn't dress up. Shout out Love Club. But also, I'm like looking at these guys. I'm like, I can't really tell what their costumes were. Just one dude had a neon green beanie, like fully gnome mode. So I'm assuming he was some type of elf or troll or something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not in a costume. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. I'm like a little drunk myself. I'm like, maybe I should be like a little antagonistic. And I was like, yeah, I'm like an adult. And they go, what's your job? And then I'm like, okay, fuck, dude, I'm in too deep now. I'm like, I can't be honest with them. I can't tell them what I actually do. I'm like, I'm going to get eviscerated, right? Maybe even end up on TikTok myself, dude. Worst nightmare. I said, don't worry about it. I'm doing fine for myself. And I'm like, all right, conversation over. They go, yo, what's your rent then? And I was like, oh my God.
This is TikTok man on the street shit.
Exactly. So, of course, I bumped my rent up a little bit and threw him a number, obviously. And they go,
2,000.
And I don't know I'm like literally just waiting for the light to turn. I don't know what reaction I expected, but they were so impressed.
And your lie?
And well, by a couple $100.
Okay.
I bumped it up why did I literally bumped it up $250. I don't know what I was drunk, dude. I didn't really know.
So your rent ended in a 50?
And then these kids they go, like, yo, can we work for you? Like, I was like, please, light change, and we went. And I was like, what is even happening? That this is a conversation that. And it's like, okay, if some fucking young bro is shouting at me or you on the street, I always expected to be something related to the show. But that was just their straight up cruising altitude in the yellow cab, hammered, going to the next spot in whatever Halloween costumes. And that was a normal interaction to them.
Well, not normal, I'm sure.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's funny that
I was flabbergasted that happened. I was like, what?
I had a reverse recognition moment where after the Gantt shoot, you went home because you didn't want to eat food. And the place where I was going, I was like, yeah, I don't think they...
I said, are we going to a place that has a beer? Because what we
I was
always
going
do...
to say, I was like, I don't think the place that I'm going to has beers. Turns out they do. And I had one. It was delicious.
This is kind of funny. Maybe people don't know this. When James and I get lunch, you get lunch and I get beer. That's how we do it. It's pretty tight, dude. Anyway. Little nugget.
I went to
for the old man in the Labrador.
Clubhouse Sando, which is out of the old Scar spot, which I'd seen Scar posting it. And he kind of like, last time I'd seen him, he kind of like talked about like something new. And the sandwiches looked great. I was like, oh, Chuck made a good point. Opening up a sandwich shop so close to Regina's. Risky.
Death wish, almost.
But
it's Scar.
They're really good. I got like a fried mortadella with some like, it was fucking tasty.
You just sent me a picture of a Modelo.
I did, yeah.
I was like, fuck, no.
Free bag of chips, $14 for like a hefty sandwich and a bag of chips. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's operating out of the old Scar space where at night it's a sushi spot. But I'm getting a sandwich and I'm waiting outside. I'm going to sit outside and eat it. And I recognize, and I got to their IG and it had been like Chef like the chef's IG was like linked there, and I go to his shit just to like, oh, who is this guy? And it's just like food photos, whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. I go there. And it was like Chef Robert something. It's fucking Chef Robert from Summer House,
Danielle's ex.
Danielle's ex.
And no, not even like, they were like very serious.
And he was legitimately on the show for, I don't know, 2.5 seasons?
Maybe longer, dude. That was her serious boyfriend on the show.
And
they were a great couple.
He had a few cameos last season because he was working Montauk. He was nearby. Right?
And he became, I felt like, a little bit more of a fixture in terms of just hearing about him as well, because the relationship, unfortunately, was on rocky ground because of the long distance element. And the fact that made it hard for him to like commit to like, you know, being around and present and then taking shit to the next level by proposing.
So
Robert.
All of a sudden, I'm in fucking starfucker mode, right? He's sitting outside with two friends that are clearly like in New York, or he's like catching up with them because he's kind of explaining what Summer House is. And I have so many questions I want to ask. It took a lot in me to like just hold back and not say anything.
Questions like what? How much is your rent?
Yeah. How much money you make? I'm chewing as quietly as I can. I like save the potato chips for later so I can like, so I'm not crunching so I can hear him. I'm like, I'm pouring the beer out so I can maintain 100% clarity. And he's explaining these things. And yes, I'm putting a private convo on blast, but whatever. He's a public figure. It's allowed. He's explaining. They're like, wait, so did they like make you get into fights? After he explains just the basic premise of Summer House, which is just a lot of people get in a house and party.
Yeah.
And he's now like
Kyle Cook, the alpha, the number one boy. I was gonna say the paternal figure of the show. The number one boy was on a previous podcast, and never that shall not be named, and has a drink called Loverboy that you might be familiar with.
Yeah. And he was saying that like they don't like. It doesn't sound like the producers ever crossed the line, but what they do is they're like, oh, so what happened last night? Oh yeah, we saw that. Like maybe you guys should like talk about it.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then he like goes and talk about it, and they have whiteboards that are like, ask about this.
That's crazy. Like literally using cue cards to stir a pot and then make you remember something that like in a normal relationship you're like, dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Even though women never forget, they're like elephants in that regard, especially my wife. But like, you might think you like were able to sidestep. Then you got a producer being like, "Hey, remember fucking 3 years ago on that Tuesday what he said when he was hammered?
Remember when your dick didn't work? Let's talk about it."
Yikes.
But so he was giving those insights, and I think like generally speaking, I mean there weren't that many like juicy details, but the general gist of why he kind of like refused to be a part of the Summer House and Winter House franchise anymore. Winter House back, by the way. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
I watched it. It's fire.
I did not enjoy the pilot, but Danielle has a big moment where I don't want to like you could, but she talks about trying to get back together with Robert,
and he says that, and he's like, "Yeah, what kind of sucks is that
what he said in person." Because he's not.
What he said in person, he's not on the show.
Right.
They broke up. He didn't want to be on the show anymore. It sounded like he refused to sign away. He signed away like some rights to his name and likeness last season.
Yikes!
But I think he's like totally off it now. And he's like, yeah, what kind of sucks is that like, obviously I can't give my side of the story,
of course,
right? And you only hear one side of the story, which is broadcast to millions of people, and it's like. And I just have to kind of like live with that. So, and I think that it was inferring is that what was said on the pilot episode actually is not how it went down, at least from his perspective.
And what she said is that she went out to Aspen to try to win him back and like make things work. And what you told me is that he was telling somebody that absolutely did not happen, which honestly really pains me because I personally... My relationship to the characters on Summer House and by extension Winter House, my favorite has become Danielle because I've always viewed her as someone who was boring. And when she was doing the whole tech startup shit, I'm like, I don't care about your fucking job, lady. But she's someone that to me, I felt always had stayed the realist person who didn't play up the nature of I'm on a reality show, time to go turbo, go crazy, a la a Lindsay or some of these other people. And then to find out that she went on fucking Winter House. And according to Robert, fucking blatantly lied.
It's more that
hashtag believe all men.
It's more that she gave her side of the story, and that's you can only hear one side of the story because he's not.
What do we think actually happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
She didn't even go?
No, I think it was like I don't know. When I didn't realize Winter House was back until this past until. I was like, holy shit, Chef Robert said, what? I got to go watch Winter House.
Until the mortadella got fried, you had no idea. I will say
the sandwiches were fucking delicious. You should go check it out. You might get a Chef Robert sighting. You can tell about this podcast that we put his private business on blast like this. And that.
Yeah.
and he should come on the pod or cook for us. I don't know.
I'm so happy you shared that because I immediately voiced note to Jenna because we had watched Winter House together and I was like, you're not going to fucking believe our girl Danielle. This is fucking heartbreaking stuff. So that was great.
I sat in a way when I realized it was him. I sat in a way where I was like facing their table, which I should have been facing. Like I should have been sitting here and like facing the street. So whenever he got up and he would like go up and check in on the restaurant and then come back.
Like, so in our like moving,
it would just be the couple that was talking to him, and I'd just be staring right at them. Like it was kind of
too deep. Oh, and then the second point that I wanted to make, and the final point is that if you listen to the past 5-8 minutes and you're like, this fucking sucks, I have no idea what's going on, blame the people that are trying to call into question the fact that the Bravo Boys aren't real or we're capping or no longer exist. Excuse me.
Yo.
We still watch Bravo. We are still the Bravo Boys.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Southern Charm is on one.
Yeah, it's awesome
this season.
Dude. That dinner and the because I watched the most because I don't watch it. Do you watch it live?
No, I watch it like
I'm on a delay with JB.
I don't know when I watch it. I don't know what night it airs. I don't know what. It's just like it just shows up on. I'm just like, let me check at the end of the week.
Are you
like
caught
Friday.
up?
I believe so.
Because the politics of sending the nude.
Oh yeah,
and
for
the
sure.
big argument at dinner where if it was the white trash bitch who did it, no one would give a fuck because she's trash, she's garbage. But if the pristine Southern belle sent the nudes, which she did, which unfortunately were apparently shared without her consent,
Sex crime.
then it's a fucking big to-do at the dinner party because she's supposed to be better than that. And honestly, that is fucking classist.
Well, the biggest bar by the what do you called her a slut? I believe she's like, yeah.
No, I said white trash slut.
White trash slut. Yeah, I used to be a slut, but guess what? Now I'm retired.
She rocks
Because she's married to a in the closet fireman. Southern Charm. You always think that when they remove Thomas Ravenel, the fucking convicted state felon for plying 19-year-olds with pounds of cocaine and getting all these random bitches pregnant and saying racist shit, the father of a political dynasty, when he was kicked out the paint along with Catherine.
The grandson of a political dynasty. Or son. Not if you said father, but he was the son.
Son. His father was like a legendary senator, and then his father is who the bridge is named after.
Right.
His father is the one in season 1. He's like, Daddy, you got a $5 bill for the tip. And he's like, now, you know, I don't carry around no Abraham Lincolns. Why was that, Daddy? You know why? It's fucking crazy.
I love that was just Southern Michael Jackson. But you're right. They remove a guy like that. They remove his baby mom, Catherine.
It's just wild that
you think that it's gonna fall off. It never falls off.
In this season,
it never does.
How is it that Shep and Craig are the good guys?
I know, dude.
And how is it that the whole fucking season is just tearing these women down?
Well, in Austin,
it's just like slut shaming. I mean, it's just a season worth of slut shaming, which is like so wild to watch just happen.
I hate that Paige debased herself. Speaking of the crossover universe, the Bravo. What would the term be?
BCU.
The BCU.
Well, now it's just the Avengers of fuck shit, right?
Right. That's especially Winter House too, where they're just like, who can we fucking? Who's available?
Who's hot?
In there?
Who's hot and
they
available?
were going to have like Tom Sandoval, but they're like, oh, by the way, this scandal happened yesterday.
Cannot wait for Tom Schwartz to pull up.
But anyway,
I guess he did.
I thought that I always hated Craig and I hated that Paige debased herself, but actually them dating while making Paige more insufferable has almost made Craig almost normal again, where it's kind of a bummer to see my guy Austin is just he's the worst.
Yeah.
He is a bad dude.
Yeah.
Hate to see it, man.
You also, another show where they removed like the key villain figure and you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be trash now, is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Which I know
the bitch went to jail.
She's in jail. She's with
Jen Shah?
Jen Shah is in jail, and I think she's now pals with the Theranos lady or something. Or she's pals with like another famous like pop culture fake reality TV scammer who's also in jail.
That's not fucking.
Or it might be Theranos bitch. I don't
Elizabeth
know.
Holmes.
It might be Elizabeth Holmes
because we're in a minimum security prison for women.
Yeah, that's blood, gang. Because I used to do blood work.
And that's on blood, gang.
That's on blood.
That's on Theranos, gang.
Because I used to do blood work. Jen Shaw, that's gang. Dude,
that's how I imagine Betsy Johnson, the clothing designer, talks as well.
Yeah, I guess you can't. Okay, we can't really talk about it because you're not watching it. See, this is our interest. Our interests have
but I wanted to make the point where it's like there are Bravo shows that I'm still watching, which in terms of the letter of the law, that still makes me a Bravo boy,
bro.
And if you want to fucking hit me in the DMs and start quizzing me because you fucking doubt my bona fides, you're about to get fucking Bravo-fied, bitch.
You know what I did this weekend was I watched the Scandival scene with Tom Sandoval and Ariana.
Again, like rewatched it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just gonna watch that scene.
Oh, and then
with like a friend, and it's still so fucking incredible. The best like 9 minutes of reality TV.
Did you just start watching more
none.
Vanderpump? Like, did you fall down a hole, or did you just watch you just YouTubed it?
I watched all of season 1 Vanderpump yesterday.
So when
it was raining, I didn't have anything to do.
But when I get
the
called
football was fucking trash. So I went back and I was like, oh, I'll just watch like season 1, episode 1. I was like, this is incredible.
But you do understand that, talk about the pot calling the kettle black here. It's like, if I do a triple feature, that is no better or worse, because I'm not a judgy, grumpy old man. That's you watching the whole season of Vanderpump season 1 is the exact same thing, if not even more television.
8 episodes, 42 minutes each. So let's call
do the math.
Let's call it 6 hours of TV.
Triple feature.
When it's raining all day,
yeah,
and it's a Sunday, I feel like that's totally normal and acceptable.
I watched Jet Giants first half, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, this is
not happening.
Bro, the DeVito era begins.
Yeah.
Tell me! Vanderpump, though. I started watching Vanderpump late, maybe like season 5. And I was like, this is fucking insane. I need to go back and watch it and catch up. And I did it. And it was wild that I did that. Now, I'm going to do that again and go through 9 seasons.
To get ready for the comeback?
I don't know. No, not necessarily. Just because it is just such incredible TV. Also, the jump from like, this happens in Love Island too, like the jump from season 1 to season 2. Season 1, they're just kids and they're like legitimately trying to like make it as like actors, models, musicians. One bitch, Laura Lee, the former meth addict.
That's right.
She gets her big break. She was in We're the Millers. She plays the boner garage stripper.
Yeah.
Opposite Jennifer Aniston.
I'm chuckling to myself because rewatching time jumps, it's literally like True Detective for gay guys.
I am also rewatching True Detective season 2.
That's what I'm saying. It's like exactly what we talked about last week, but now it's Bravo.
Real quick though. Oh, speaking of gay guys, Kevin Lee, incredible presence on camera. The events planner for East Vanderpump.
No, I remember.
Just want to make a quick fix to something you had said about True Detective season 2, and I told you this again.
Oh yeah.
Colin Farrell doesn't beat the shit out of a kid named Aspen.
Bully. Yeah.
The bully, Aspen.
I was wrong.
Conroy. Aspen, as he calls him.
Yeah.
He beats the shit out of Aspen's father in front of him, which is arguably even more fucking beats the shit out of him. Arguably even more, long-term scarring versus just the physical scars.
Last night we let the coke talk, and I beat up my kid's bully's dad.
Yeah. But in the back 9 of season 2 for True Detective, I'll let you know how it goes, but it's fucking good.
Just real quick, because you're the resident gourmand, and I feel like I never, and even like the fact that, you were laughing basically in my face in front of all of our best friends behind the paywall about how I didn't know Superiority Burger was,
that was incredible.
Vegetarian, vegan, whatever. I ate at Gene's, and it was really fucking good, and I highly recommend it. And
we also went with Delaney, who when you dine with Delaney, you get the whole menu, right?
Yeah, I believe that's called Max Comp. But I picked up the whole tip and fucking and made the situation very nice for the wonderful staff. But we basically tried everything, and it was incredible.
What was your number one? What was the standout?
All right. It was the best roasted chicken I ever had in my life.
Yo, roast chicken and fries.
Yep.
Honestly, sometimes a better choice than steak frite.
Yeah. Also, especially if you're trying to, be a little healthy and watch the blood pressure. Speaking of red meat, the burger was spectacular. There is a French dip.
It's a thick patty, right?
Yeah, with the brioche bun too. And again, you know what they do, dude? They literally, and shout out Max, who the guy who's like, he's not the chef, but he helps, he has a farm and it's the ingredients and he creates the menu. I don't know maybe he's what's the term there? Co-owner, GM, whatever.
Chef.
Anyway, no, he's not the chef though.
But he developed the menu.
Yes. So I don't know about you. I always, if I can choose on my burger, I want American cheese, right? And honestly, sometimes a processed craft single is going to give you the best melt. And add that textural element.
That umami.
Right. Bro, they fucking process their own high-end, like, cheddar singles. So you get the bite of the cheddar that you wouldn't get with the American cheese, but the melt is exactly identical to a craft single. The fucking bolognese tagliatelle was crazy. That French dip, banging. What else did we get? Lobster rolls, fucking next level. The menu's changing a lot. I recommend going.
How was the tomato bread?
Oh my God, it was awesome. I mean, I love tomatoes.
Yeah.
That shit fucking banged with a fucking nice like hot pepper on top. Get that perfect fucking bite. And It was incredible, and just wanted to shout them out because we had an early res. I don't know how hard it is to get into, but I feel like if you have a date night coming up, special occasion,
is it open? Like, is it open?
Fully open.
Okay.
I couldn't recommend it more highly. It is maybe the best meal that I've had in quite some time.
High praise from a man who has one meal a day.
Well, they also did the thing which, like, you think that a lot of places do this, and maybe I'm eating at the wrong places because this was like surprising and like I really enjoyed this. But to say the kids menu for adults,
it's just a lot of places that are like, oh,
I love that.
It's economic compression food where it's like, oh, like the old favorites, the old standbys.
Sure.
Bernie's even like. Admittedly, is a fucking, like classic American
I guess you're
chicken
right.
parm, burgers,
Totally.
Shrimp cocktail. It's either like that's really popular genre.
Munchie's austerity, dude.
Yeah, or just fucking mid French bistro bullshit.
Oh, the worst. Oh, also, a little shout out Max. He was cluing us in. He's thinking of making, and they were in the kitchen with some, whipping up some R&D. Because obviously you eat at Gene's and then maybe you party at Gene's, you see Love Club, you get fucked up. He's like, yo, wait till I roll out the fucking next level, high-end-ish, late night fucking munchie situation. Like,
oh, that's right.
Like crazy tendies, maybe some type of, I don't even know, like a fried shrimp type situation.
Ash has been saying that, like, well, who was saying this? Oh, Brad was saying, like, like New York's back when late night dining's back. When you're getting that 11 p.m. meal, a 10 p.m. meal, eating until 1 a.m. and then going home or going out after.
Yeah.
But, so, and Ash has been like, yo, we're trying to make late night dining a thing again.
I mean, I'll always take, though, a 6:30 dinner, hit the club as a nearly 37-year-old man, get fucking
hazed by Gen Z.
Get shit-faced. I would love to grab some munchies and, get hazed on the way home. Perfect night.
This has been another perfect episode of the only podcast that matters.
Baby.
Chef, take us out.